I had a bad taco in Mexico, and it's getting me down, but we'll make it. Focus for this week is to push out some token swaps and get some feedback on upgrading some of our HR processes. And yeah, my intentions for this call is to facilitate an efficient and productive governance call. And I'll pass it to Ashley.
Happy Monday! I'm feeling really good this morning. Really excited for this week and a lot of change that's going on in my personal life, and it's great. My focus for this week, governance-wise, I guess just making sure the forum is good, and yeah, I guess I have a lot of other focuses in other areas, but that's my main governance focus. And I don't really have any distractions, so I will pass it to Amin.
Thank you. Hello again, everyone. My intention for this call is to talk about the middle finger guys. We have a couple of them right now, and how and what we should do with them. Of course, there are the topic there, but maybe it would be better to emphasize on this here and discuss it, because one of them has collected a huge string himself or herself. I don't know him or her. Yeah, I pass it to Lauren.
Okay, a little bit low energy too, but okay. My focus for the week is to power and you mentioned to mute. Sorry, it's just not. Yeah, my focus for the week is to kind of organize a lot of things in comms and try to distribute things better for new contributors, and also to work a little bit on give curation and just kind of getting back into the swing of things. There's still kind of feels like all of this extra content that we need to share from ETH Denver and the Taoist, and so commsy type things too. As well as I want to figure out this APR thing with the middle finger guy. But yeah, my focus is for governance call. I mean, nothing in particular. Kind of along for the ride, and I'll pass it to Griff.
Yeah, very similar, except I'm feeling great and just having so much fun hanging out with Mitch and Mateo and Carlos and Lauren, and of course everybody else from the Taoist. So I'm still high off of all the in real life interactions, but definitely excited to follow the agenda. Mitch has been pushing so many cool governance initiatives, token swaps. Really excited about that. The retroactive givebacks and all of these things. So I don't think that there's any shortage of stuff. And I don't know, is Decentralized J here? I guess that's the other thing I want to mention, is that we got someone from Shapeshift to help jump in on starting some projects. So I'll see if I can swing him in, and hopefully he can present some of the stuff he's working on. I'll pass it to Mo.
Hey everyone, actually I'm feeling tired because my computer keep crashing today, and it's really annoying. But apart from that, my focus this week is Give Power. I'm working on the wireframe and also the visualization of the Give Power now, and no distraction except my computer. Okay, I pass it to Carlos. Did you go?
No, thanks, Mo.
Okay.
GM, everyone. I'm feeling great. Good to be part of the DAOs. I met tons of people and shield Giveth like crazy. Yeah, I'm here to sync up and really get back on track with the development. And yeah, that's it. I'll pass it to Frishal.
Hey everyone. I'm feeling excited for the week. and my focus is to process the home office reimbursements and also to make sure comments, feedback, and votes are up in my 3 new proposals, which is funding for Giveth core team, General Magic, and also the 3-month funding request for General Magic, which is also my intentions for this call. And yeah, I'll pass it to Mateo.
Guys, GM, happy new week. Not distracted at all. Trying to get all of the testing this week and get the new version up as soon as we can. Really happy to have hung out with Mitch, Grief, and Lauren, and Carlos here in Mexico, and other people from the TC and other communities. I'll pass it to Monique.
Hey everyone. I'm actually a little bit sick. My plan for this week is just to launch the new app and also the region farms and finalize the responsiveness of the app. And my intention for this call is just to be in the loop with you. Pass it on to Kai.
Hey guys, I'm right with you in the club. Straight when we got back from the vacation, straight away I got sick, but not bad, just like a little flu, but still sucks. Well, I'm here. I'm not distracted. My week will be about. I have some people for our DevOps that need to go through the ropes of our recruiting, which I'm about to define that with Ahmad how it works. If anyone has any requirements for DevOps, please give them to me or post them in security or just tag me. Otherwise, we'll just hold our security meeting as usual. That's it from me, and I give it to. And love to be here and see you all again. I don't know who is missing still. Mo?
I think we got everybody. Cool. Small call today, but that's all right. So we'll start from the top here. The first thing I want to check in on was the scheduling the LP Optimism funds. I know, Griff, you made a doodle. I wasn't available for any of it. I don't know if this even happened.
Can't do it without you, Mitch. Also, Doodle broke down. When Web3 Doodle? Doodle went down for a day. I couldn't even see. But I think we'll have to just try for another Doodle.
Yeah, you can use Let Us Meet even if Doodle's breaking.
I think Doodle works today, but I don't know. For me, I don't like Let Us Meet personally. But.
Okay. At any rate, so we have to reschedule this. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I think we'll just wait for that. There's a couple things in the Give Garden here. That would be cool if people started voting in there. We've got the Growth and Globalization workstream, which is looking for some support. The retroactive sponsorship for Pizza DAO in Denver, and the Give Elk Dual Reward Farm. So if any of those interest you, go in the Give Garden and vote for them so that we can get some funds out. In the Aragon DAO, there is nothing. I think we're going to be seeing givebacks around 5 pretty quick, Ashley.
Yeah, the givebacks around 5 one should be up once we've completed review. I just need to check in with her. So cool. Keep an eye out for it.
Great. Okay. So nothing active there for now. The snapshot is good. There's nothing in snapshot. There's nothing in the multi-sigs that need to be passed at this point. And we can move right on down to forum posts. So this one I want to check in on. This is the retroactive givebacks. And so Mohammed got us all the right endpoints, so we were able to get all the information for donations. basically, if we can get some feedback on like the distribution method, and we'll need somebody or a group of people to champion the review process for retroactive givebacks. So, how should we go about this, you guys? Does anyone have any comments on the distribution method?
Like the same as normal givebacks things. We kind of just need someone to kind of check over it and then go through the votes. And then I think what we need is like some comms around it to maybe explain it.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing is that it's big, right? You know, it's like what, 6 to 8 months of data there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then I'm curious also, like, because different groups of donations will receive different percentages. Are we pulling that data separately, or is that all included? Like, how does that part of it work?
Basically, we'll just have to change the way that we calculate givebacks. So we just have to change like the give factor, and Mohammed might have to make a new API for each of those to generate the scripts. But like, given if this looks good, like relatively, I think that should be pretty easy. Yeah, so I mean, does anybody feel like taking this on, like a team of people to take on reviewing retroactive givebacks?
Maybe we should just create like a call time and then make sure we have some of the usual suspects who are like experienced with doing it already, and then a few other people who could join and support.
Okay.
Do you have an approximate amount of like, I love that idea. I'm sorry, I'm going to change the subject or tangent off the scheduling of the call. Is that okay? Yeah. Do you have an estimate of how much like donations we're talking about? Like how much money worth of givebacks we're talking?
I don't have an estimate for the money, but I mean, you could just look at all this stuff here. Like it's all pulled into the spreadsheets.
Yeah, and the
so I mean, we could just run a total on this USD value, and then we could have a rough idea of like how much in USD worth of donations we have.
Yeah, exactly. And then
that's pretty easy. I just haven't done it. That's all.
That's cool. And then the other question is the distribution method. It is just givebacks, right? Like we're going to call the same givebacks function and call it givebacks.
Yeah, but the first of all, like, because the API right now is pulling from verified projects, like excluding purple list donations. So we need to modify that a little bit so that like these other groups are calculated differently, and then we just need to change the give factor. So like, you know, this one's 100, this one's 75, this one's 10.
Cool.
It should be relatively easy. But okay, well then we'll follow up here. We'll make a call to the community and see who wants to get involved in reviewing retroactive givebacks. Does that sound good for anyone?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough work, but we got to do it in order to get this stuff out. So many hands make for light work. Okay, moving on from this. This is the one Amin brought up. The Uni V3 farm is being gamed. What should we do about it? And Bob Sletter had some really interesting thoughts here. And I can see that Amin and Pavle left some comments this morning as well. I don't know who wants to take it away and start talking. If anyone has any ideas.
Yeah, I wish Paul was here. We have few various options. One of them, we create a smart contract ourselves. It will not be ready, of course, immediately, as far as I understand. The other options maybe it's not good for our brand. I don't know. We should decide about it. But someone has uh, collected all the reward of Uniswap almost. One of them, now we have two of them right now that creating liquidity just in the price range and are collecting almost all the reward. And one of them has a very big stream right now, a huge stream. He's getting almost around 6 or 7K per week as a stream. And we should address this issue immediately. And what to do regarding these two guys is another question. Whether we can, one option is to stop rewarding them from Uniswap. We have a smart contract in the middle that when they claim their reward, that smart contracts allocate a stream and token is destroyed and pays the liquid part to them. And we can put a blacklist there. And in case they want to get their reward, they will nothing will happen. Just they do the transaction, but no token will be allocated for them. Is one solution. Even we can be more severe and cancel their stream. It's on the table. It's up to
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to like severely punish them for playing the game that we created. And I'm more curious about what Bob Sletter was saying is is this even turn out to be beneficial for Give, or is it not? In terms of the token and the token price. Just to his comments there.
I think it's not beneficial to Give because the guy keeps dumping the Give. So that's why we had to stop him in the first place. I think it would be beneficial to our economy if we lowered the rewards dramatically for Uni V3. If we lowered the rewards dramatically, then it would be beneficial and it would be worth paying for the liquidity. But at this rate, they're getting way overpaid for the value they're producing. That's the real problem.
So it seems like there's a couple different solutions that we have here, like lowering the rewards or changing the distribution method. The immediate decision that we need to make is, do we turn it off or not? Do we leave it on until we fix it?
I would vote to turn it off. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm down to pass it around if anyone else has any good ideas too around turning it off or leaving it on.
Upgrading that will be faster than turning it off. I believe. Because we can reduce the reward amount immediately by doing a simple change in a couple of the smart contract, just divide the value. If the math is simple as this, for instance, make this divided by 10 or whatever, and create a transaction on create a multi-sig transaction and do it as soon as possible. But if we want to cancel it, we need to announce that. We need to calculate the reward they are getting at that moment and pay them. Of course, the second one is doable.
The challenge with upgrading is that it would also affect people who haven't harvested their rewards, right? We would still need to. Yeah. We would still need to I guess we could do a snapshot and retroactively reward people or something, but
Yeah, it's not. But what about what they had collected before? And now one of them has 2 million on Taking Distro. What you should do with that?
Can we update the rewards to one give as for the rest of the cycle? Effectively, basically canceling the rewards, but not disrupting people's existing rewards.
Sorry, I didn't get what?
I heard that we could update it and update it to a reduced reward amount, and that'd be easier than canceling it. I was just wondering, could we update it to one give? I'm probably missing something, but
what do you mean one give?
Update the Uni V3 rewards so that there's only a one give remaining for the remainder of the cycle, so that there's a very small reward amount for anyone who continues staking in the contract.
No, we can cancel it. Just making upgrading the smart contract in order to when someone claims its reward, nothing happens. So we will not get any reward. And in our UI, say that it's 0 right now. And
The big task will be the comms around making sure people claim the rewards before we turn them off. Because whether we turn off the rewards or we upgrade the contract, people will have to know to claim so that they don't lose any accumulated rewards.
We can do it. We can calculate that. If we have a good Web3 endpoint, we can even run query against a specific block and say that how much reward user is eligible at this block, and we will have the value. We have the list of stakers, and all of that is doable. I'm not worried about this. Technically, it's possible.
Go ahead, Guru.
So, to my understanding, we have a player issue that is exploiting the Giveth economy's gamification process. And what I am hearing is approaches to a automated issue rather than a player issue in terms of the individuals. When I heard about dropping its value, I am also playing the 4-year protocol, or I have a 4-year guarantee and working it from the 4-year aspect. That does not help your others who are still adopting. In terms of the individual player that is exploiting, was there any kind of outreach to that player? Like, hey, we recognize you're exploiting, hey, this is this. We are inclined to cut you off because we're trying to stabilize the economy. That would be a warning.
All we have is an Ethereum address, so we don't know who this person is.
So we don't know if it's automated or human. Correct?
No idea. Maybe Griff knows, or Griff and Kirch have been looking at it pretty closely, but
no,
we don't know.
We don't know. The address was created just to exploit our Uni V3. So totally
even if it's automated, there's a human behind it who set it up.
Definitely.
I think there's a human behind it because in the battle that we had on that day, the price changed, and after a while he created the new one. I changed the price again. He became out of range again, and he saw that someone is changing the price. He created a wider position. So I don't think that a bot would be that intelligent that say, "Oh, someone's changing the price, make it wider."
So the question is, without running with risk of losing the humane activities that is generating within the Giveth economy versus the exploitation of someone who is basically an exploiter, you have to find the human in him and find that and instill that fear into him in terms of clarity. If it's the wallet itself, target the wallet itself and target him directly. We have the capability. We have a lot of regular activity. But if you alter the system itself, you run the risk of damaging all other potential users who are still developing on it currently.
I think to your point, and honestly, the game itself is broken, right? And even if we can reach out to this one individual and get them to stop gaming us, then there's nothing to stop anyone else from coming and exploiting the same vulnerability. So I think we need to fix the vulnerability, and so I do support ending this reward program because it's not working as we initially intended, and there's this pretty severe vulnerability that we really can't mitigate with as long as this program continues. So I do support ending this program, and I think it sounds like the best thing we can do is take a snapshot and then still give everyone the gift that they've earned. I think that's kind of what we have to do, because even if we put comms out saying, hey, come claim by this date, people aren't going to claim, and it's going to result in people being upset, rightfully so, because we've kind of taken their rewards away. Even if we were justified in doing so, I think we got to give them the drop for what they've earned so far. But I do support ending the program, and we don't have to talk about it now, but I think a great replacement is this Angel Vault, which is like a managed liquidity mining program on Uniswap V3.
Unfortunately, I will have to disagree from a game developer standpoint. If you reference League of Legends, if you reference any other games, when they do have one individual player exploiting, it is good to know where our vulnerability is at, so we can protect against it. Canceling it just makes us vulnerable in the next space. It is, again, our web. We know where they are targeting. They are in our trap, per se. It's just knowing how to use the information necessary to then develop. If you are deciding to run away, you're going to end up becoming the next scam protocols like every other scam protocols.
The problem, Guru, is that we don't actually control this. We don't have the development power to just recreate the game. So we're using Uni V3 contracts, which have this vulnerability, that have this. It's hard to call it a vulnerability. It's just an awkwardness that is difficult to build UX around, and we don't have the resources to change that. I mean, if we had infinite resources, we could make Uni V3 work the way we want it to work, but it's just not in our wheelhouse.
I agree. I also agree, but we are now have the advantage that we are aware of the situation. That's why I asked very clearly if it's a human or automation. We are still human. And because we have those opportunities, we can understand that this one particular harassment, offense, abuse, whatever you want to say it, we have the wallet. In terms of the Unity farm, I'm pretty sure I don't know. I'm still getting into understanding all your reward systems and how you guys adopt the language. But I know this, if it is that way, you try to make the run here, it's going to be a race to more or less a bottom of the barrel. Sounds like it'll be next one of those kind of scam protocols. We are still trying to clean up in a larger crypto space, all those scam many coins. Giveth is not a scam, but it has someone who's using it to scam. So it's a new kind of territory. So I'm glad to see the vulnerability. I'm glad to monitor this man who's trying to make money. It's just find a way for him to be exposed and then either send him to jail personally, or just make sure and fix, not really necessarily try to keep interfering with the system, per se. That's why I'm more concerned about it if you're trying to upgrade the system, you're going to mash up a lot more of your community versus just this one attack, which is giving a clarity of a vulnerability. So those kind of things is the nuances. Because I am working your long game protocol, and trust me, it's kind of getting difficult.
I appreciate where you're coming from, but I would have to disagree. I don't think targeting this individual player is going to be effective for us. And I think even if we do stop this individual player, like Griff said, the vulnerability. We shouldn't call it a vulnerability, but the exploit's still going to be there, and we can't prevent this individual or any individual from targeting it. And these are contracts on chain. Even if we put terms of service up and say, oh, if you do this, you're abusing it, and we could come after you. That's not going to stop any individual from just going after the contracts directly on chain. And I don't think we're going to have any success going after individuals either. So.
I hear that there's some. I want to keep moving here. So I hear that there's some hard disagreements, and we could probably spend the rest of this call debating it. But I really want to get some actual options here, and maybe create a poll so that we can get some self-control around what the different avenues we can choose are. So what I hear is that we could target the player themselves, or we could upgrade the contract to lower the rewards, or we could just turn it off until we have a better solution. Am I
Do
missing?
you understand the difference between updating the contract to lower the rewards and turn it off? Is it is one easier than the other?
Really, I honestly think that turning it off would be easier, but because we could just remove the token completely from being able to. So like in the UniV3 pool right now, it's issuing a fake token, and then when it transfers that token to the user, it calls the distributor to allocate rewards. And so we can just say, hey, that token no longer is able to allocate rewards, and that would be really simple.
Yeah, that's fine. So I hear that turning off is your preferred option. I'm just making sure that.
And to answer Willie's question, it's a little bit easier than upgrading a contract. That would require basically almost the same work, except some Solidity work on top.
Okay, got it. Thank you for answering that. But I had heard it the other way around, so that makes sense.
Okay. Is there any other solutions around here that we can capture and get into a poll?
It's a good discussion too, whether for the choice that we could target the players themselves, just creating a blacklist on the just creating blacklist in the token reward, or we can also cancel their stream. I don't know. It's so severe.
I'm going to try to leave a comment in the forum post with like a little bit of the summary of what we were talking about. But I am with Mitch that we should probably move on from this.
Sorry. Go ahead, Lauren. I missed what you said.
Oh, I'm gonna try to make a summary comment in the forum post of like the things that we were talking about here, and try to just move this forward.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay. All right. So we're gonna capture this in the forum, and please, if you have more advice, drop it in there. Like there hasn't been a lot of engagement outside of the 3 or 4 people that commented in there. So I mean, I hear lots of strong opinions, and it would be good to capture it in the forum. I'm going to move on from this, and I'll just write a note. Let's move on down to give matching here. So this one here, basically, just bringing it up. If you have any ideas on how to distribute funds for give matching, drop them in here. It was kind of inconclusive, and we decided a few calls ago that we would wait until the matching pool was half filled before deciding on a distribution method. So we have time, but if you have any ideas around this, just go ahead and please comment in the forum. Does anyone have any questions about this? It's been here for a while, I know, so. Okay, cool. And then this one here, Taoist team in Mexico City. And so I don't know if this is ready to move to Gardens vote, or what's the status?
They're like how much all the costs were for flights and for Airbnb or whatever?
Yeah, we just need to break down the costs and then move it to the Gardens, I think, unless somebody has a strong disagreement with it. But it's been up for advice for a while, I think.
Cool. I mean, we're still in Mexico, so I think we'll probably take till next week to have the final.
Sorry for the interruption. Just 1 second for clarity.
Okay, go ahead, Guru.
It is the Unisol version 3 which is being exploited, correct? Or is it just the full system?
Yeah, it's UniV3, just the one farm.
Do an investigation.
Okay, cool. All right. So we'll wait until we leave Mexico, get your expenses, and create the garden vote.
Yeah, I can do that. Like I can be a point person for getting together the summary of what those expenses are. Or
Okay.
I can ask Rochelle to help. But I'll take it on and then maybe I'll just I'll pass it to Rochelle if it makes sense.
Okay. Does that sound good to you, Rochelle?
Is she here?
Yes.
Oh,
Sure.
Okay. Great. Moving on down, we've got Rochelle's nice bundle of proposals here. So the February 2022 funding proposal, the 3-month budget proposal, and the home office upgrade. And I'll just pass it to you, Rochelle, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, so there are two funding proposals for February 2022. First is for the Giveth core team, and second is for the General Magic services. So there are polls in each of those posts, and kindly vote on it, please. And then we have the General Magic 3-month budget proposal. So there are also options there. The first option is to pay General Magic on a monthly basis, what we are currently doing now, and that will be the actual billing by the end of month. And the second option is to pay in a retainer with an estimate of 3 months based on the past months, so December, January, February, and that is with a 15% margin in case we underestimate the services. So that is option 2. And option 3 is any suggestion that you would suggest. So yeah, just leave your comments there if you have other suggestions on how to fund or pay General Magic. And there's also an abstain option there. So yeah, kindly vote there.
Just right there, I'm wondering if anyone has any questions about this 3-month budget proposal. Any comments? Okay, nice. Okay, go ahead, Rochelle.
Yeah. Okay. So, also just FYI, there is a list there of the team information for each person's contribution or task or services to be delivered. So you can check out the post there for more details. And then today's the last chance to please send your receipts for your home office upgrade, because we will be processing the reimbursement this week. So if you haven't sent your receipts, or you still have enough, you still didn't max out the budget, so kindly DM me today. And yeah, so we will be finalizing the reimbursements. And that's it for me.
Any questions around this?
I don't have a question, but I would like to add option 3 for your General Magic service.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
You should look at instead of the timing instead of monthly to a weekly payroll, or even a bounty board might help better with the Magic services. Not necessarily a month by month stuff. That way, those who aren't necessarily active or interested in being on call, you can pick up tasks and just focus on set task and set goal.
Okay, but this is for the General Magic contracted services. Mm-hmm. So most of them have like work agreements that explicitly say they're going to do X amount of things in Giveth or any other orgs. So I think like the tasks are pretty well defined for what the contributors are doing inside Giveth. So I don't know if like a bounty system necessarily makes sense.
Well, I'm more thinking it on the lines of the task and the flow of task itself. While there are many, for example, there's month-to-month, weekly, day-to-day pay. These are different regular stuff in regular economy. You can identify similarly those who will still say I'm committed to month-long processes, but let's say even though they're committed month-long, they might actually only do weekly task. So it's like even though contracted for a month, this only happened this week. So those are things kind of help to now understand more different nuances and flow in larger different ways of how different people do different things. Just really appreciate.
Great. I'd love to capture that feedback in the forum. So if you have any ideas or more methods for this proposal, just drop them in the forum, and then we can update the poll. Any questions about any of this stuff? Home office upgrade, funding? We're at the bottom of the agenda, so I'm actually wondering if there's anyone had something left over that they wanted to talk about. Preferably not UniV3, but anything else?
It's UniV3 related. Just a heads up about this Angel Vault, which could be a great replacement for Uniswap V3. Encourage you guys to check out Ichi as well as the Angel Vault. They're working on a draft proposal and want to kind of get in front of the community, hear everyone's thoughts, and see if it's something that we're interested in. In order to launch an Angel Vault, you need to have a certain amount of liquidity. So one possibility is actually kind of interesting. We're talking to Ichi about adding Give to their Rari pool so that the treasury could basically deposit a bunch of Give and take out a stablecoin loan against it and use that stablecoin loan to kind of kickstart the Angel Vault liquidity. Anyways, yeah, we don't have to go too in depth to it now, but encourage everyone who's interested in that discussion to check out Angel Vaults. There's some good articles about them, and you can also see Shapeshift has one live right now. Basically, what an Angel Vault is a vault that manages a Uniswap V3 position, or really manages two Uniswap V3 positions. One position that's concentrated stablecoins, one Give on the buy side, and then one position that is on the sell side. And it's the split is like 85% of the liquidity is on the buy side, concentrated right under the price. And then the other 15% of the liquidity is on the sell side, spread from the price to infinity. A lot of cool benefits from having an Angel Vault, but the core thing is that it's just a relative to Uniswap V3 liquidity mining program where users go add their own range. The way the Angel Vault works is you deposit one Give. One Give would be a stable coin that we would also get as part of this that is minted with 80 cents of USDC and 20 cents of Give. So it costs $1 to mint, and it's backed by a mix of USDC and Give, and it can be redeemed on the contract for one Give can be redeemed for one USDC. So the way it works is people either mint one Give or buy one Give on Uniswap, and then deposit one Give into the Angel Vault. And the Angel Vault manages everybody's deposits to keep that buy side the buy side liquidity right under the price. And it's pretty cool. As like the price goes up, then the Give gets some of the 15% of Give gets sold for one Give, and then that one Give gets added right back under the buy side to support the price.
Can you drop us some links maybe in the forum post or in the agenda? That would be awesome.
Yes, definitely.
It sounds like there's a lot going on there.
There is. There's some talk about it in the Give Economy channel too, but I'll drop some links in there.
Oh, nice. Wonderful.
That sounds amazing. I mean, I guess where does the deposits happen? Is it something that you would imagine that we'd add to our Give farm, or would we, at least to start, they have their own UI and we go to their webpage? Like, what would the user experience be for someone who wants to participate in an Angel Vault?
Yes, so they have their own UI. So it would be like our farm UI would have the provide liquidity button, basically, that would point to their UI to deposit the one Give, and then they'd come back to our UI to actually stake their token for rewards, or they could stake it in Ichi's UI as well. So yeah, we could decide that we want to go above and beyond, like make the whole flow in our UI, but we could also just point people to Ichi's UI. Probably, I think maybe a blend where you can still stake the Angel Vault LP in our UI. Because yeah, to your point, that right now they have liquidity mining contracts for it, but we would want to see, I guess, if we could use our farming contracts so that the rewards get added to the stream.
Well, what's great is we can, the same way we hijacked UniV3, we can hijack their reward contract. So we can rinse and repeat, but with a good UniV3 farming strategy and farming contracts. So that would be cool. We can use their UI or ours. I think that's more, but that's great. Okay, cool. And there's some links already in the Give Economy chat where we can do this for Fox, for instance.
yeah, you can check out how it's going for Fox. You can see how it's been doing for Ichi. Ichi has the strongest. So one thing about the Fox one is that the strength of the Angel Vault is dependent on like what percentage of your total market cap or really of your like circulating supply is in the vault. Because you can imagine like if you have an Angel Vault with $10 of liquidity, then all the liquidity is gonna get eaten up really quickly from sell pressure. But if you have an Angel Vault with like 33% of your circulating supply on the buy side, then it's very protected because like people would need to sell through all of that, and that's just very unlikely. Or they need to go buy give to sell into it, and as they're doing that, they're pushing the price up and adding more liquidity to the actual Angel Vault. So check out the Fox one, but keep in mind too that their target for the Giveth Angel Vault too. This is also pretty cool. Ichi is willing if we can get $1 million into our Angel Vault, which we could do again by depositing Give into Rari and taking a loan out against it. Ichi will actually match. They'll put $1 million into the Angel Vault for 3 months. They would loan it, and then for a Giveth tip that they would hold in their treasury. So 10%. So for 100K give donation, or if we can only get a 750K liquidity in there, they would provide 750K for 3 months for a 75K give donation. We don't have to do it that way, but that is a pretty generous offer from them, and it's because they're pretty bullish. They think that we're a really awesome project to do an Angel Vault because we don't have a huge market cap, so we're able to get a really strong a really strong Angel Vault without a ton of liquidity.
That's awesome.
And is a user who's participating in this kind of program, they would still be receiving rewards for providing this liquidity? It would still be part of like our rewards program?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's the best way to do it. And it's basically like a way to think about it is a community incentivized buy wall. And oftentimes when you're like traditional pool 2 liquidity mining, you're actually incentivizing you're rewarding your community members for putting up give for sale, right? Like half the liquidity they're providing on a traditional 50-50 pool is give for sale. In this case, we're actually incentivizing people to put up one give as a buy wall, basically, which is pretty cool.
So then would we then transfer the current rewards that are allocated for a current UniV3 to be the rewards for this, or would we need to allocate more from the token distro to create a reward program for this?
That's a great point. I would definitely, as a default, I would recommend just taking the rewards that we already have earmarked for Uniswap V3 liquidity mining and just allocating it towards this program.
Great. Well, I'm looking forward to checking out those links. And let's put it down in there when we update the forum post. And we'll get some more advice, and then hopefully we can move forward with a good solution for this UniV3 farm, perhaps with the Angel Vault. Is there anything else that anyone wanted to talk about in this governance call? Nice. Okay. Well, let's wrap this up 9 minutes early. We got the dev call after this, which Monique will be leading. Thank you everyone for coming, and we'll do this again next week.
Really quick.
Thanks, man. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. If you want to join the liquidity pool program thing, DM me. I'll send you the doodle.
Okay.